Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Miss Lisa, and today I want to continue my two-part series about Jamaica. Um, so, kind of where I left off, if you didn't get an opportunity to see my part one, that's kind of where I showed you what the room looked like, the infinity pool at the Grand Palladium, Lady Hamilton and Jamaica Resort. And so, feel free to watch that video. I'll put it up in the cards for you as well, so you can have that link. Um, so that was my first experience in Jamaica. So that was like my first rodeo with Jamaica. So when the opportunity came up in October of 2019, and you guys get to sit here while I let my hair dry. Um, when the opportunity came up in October, to go back, I was geeked. I'm like, I'm ready. I'm going for sure. For sure, count me in. And so when that opportunity came about, I was already charged up. I'm like, I know how I want my hair. I know I want kind of like almost tribal braids. I know I want colorful nails. I know I want to do this. I want to do that. And I knew I wanted to spend more time kind of adventuring instead of being so much on the resort itself. So I knew how to better utilize the time that I had there. So as soon as we got there, again, we flew into Montego Bay. So same thing, we had the charter bus, drop us off, and of course they were flying 100 miles an hour. So when we got to the resort this time, I want to say we got in maybe like 3 or 4, and our rooms were ready. So the way that the junior suite was like staged, it's kind of the opposite. So they kind of flip it for a junior suite that's a double room. So where my kind of living room space was in my first junior suite in building 35, that was the common space between the two double beds, I mean two full beds, and the junior double suite. And we had a nice balcony, and we were actually on the second floor. um, so I think in building 35, I want to say I was on the first floor. I'm not 100% sure. I might have been on the second floor, I can't remember. No, I was on the first floor. um, and then in building 27, I think I stayed in my second time. We were on the second floor with a nice balcony, and everything was pretty much the same. So I actually added like a photo or something so you can at least see kind of the layout of the room, because instead of having that living room when you walk in, you just had the short hallway, the bathroom, the closets, and then the beds and the living space were all together with the balcony. So it was beautiful. But as soon as we got there, I'm like, okay, I see our view. Building 27 is actually really close to all of the action. So I knew immediately, I'm like, bathing suit, pool, yes, let's go. And of course, I had to throw in my strawberry daiquiris. I always have to have those. Those are so delicious. But in terms of adventure, so I'm like number one on my list, absolutely number one, Dunn's River Falls. And we actually got to go and climb the falls. So I think it's um, 1,000 feet up, or I forget the number, but it's like 1,000 or so feet that you climb. And a waterfall pretty much of rocks that are loose, some of them are solid rocks, and then you climb up. At first they had us like chain link, so we were all holding hands, but it got to the point where it was like every man, every person for themselves, because you just had to make sure that you could stand. And we had these swim shoes, these kind of shoes to really grip in on those rocks, even though it really didn't help me. I was like, this is what you wanted to do. You wanted to do this. And we made it all the way to the top. So at the top, there's like a banner that says, congratulations, you climbed. Even though, like, in the middle of it, I was like, I quit, I'm done, because we were with a group that was moving just so slow. So I kind of got frustrated with the group, and at one point I quit. But then one of the guides, um, he allowed us to go off with their group, and they were moving much faster, so we got to kind of scale an hour or so off the climb. So I jumped back in. So I unquit and finished. That was fun. So that was like number one off my list. I'm like, okay, so I did Dunn's River Falls. The Martha Bray, still didn't get a chance to do that. So maybe the third time or the fourth time that I'm in Jamaica, maybe I'll ride on the Martha Bray. I think it was, I can't remember, but I know specifically of all the people in the world, Memphis Bleak, he posted a video of him kind of riding on the Martha Bray, and I was like, oh man, that looks so good, looks so decent, looks so dope. I'm like, of all the people in the world, he thought to share the footage, because so many people just don't, but it looks so calming and relaxing. But another one of our little adventures, so we went to this place where they were doing like horseback riding, UTVs, some other stuff, and I didn't want to do everything because I was like, let's just take it one adventure at a time. And so I think we chose the UTV rides. And so first you do like a practice round, so they put you kind of in the staging area, and they want to see how you kind of like control the vehicle. So me, I already know I was not gonna do well on that UTV, because they pretty much just have you pulling the trigger, and I'm like, this is not how you drive. So I was very cautious on that UTV, and so the guy actually told me, he's like, I don't feel comfortable with you driving by yourself. Maybe either somebody's driving you, or maybe you don't drive. And so I was like, I was perfectly fine, because I was being super cautious, because I'm like, this is your life, you're in another country, so you injure yourself, you're at the mercy of their hospitals. So I was like, no, I can't flip myself over this thing. So I let someone drive me, and he was great, and I had a wonderful time. But actually somebody did, I think they were driving drunk, I'm not sure, but somebody did kind of flip themselves over and got kind of injured, significantly bruised up. And so I was like, this is what I wanted to avoid. But when we finally kind of got going, I was with the leader, of course, since I was like on his back, and we were just riding, talking, talking smack, because I'm very agreeable. I'm easy to get along with. So we got off on a bad start. We had a few words at first, but then me and him were cool after we had that first misunderstanding. So that was fun. Also within the actual resort, so within the resort itself, they tell you to go ahead and schedule your hibachi. And I'm mad because the first time I was in Jamaica, they did not tell us to schedule that hibachi, and I missed it. And it's like you get one free included in your trip, and it was delicious. Like, so we had a full group for the hibachi, and the guy had a great personality, a great service, just what you would expect at like a Benihana, something like that. So first he like kind of went around playing around, interacting with people, singing songs, music, all that type of stuff. And I think he made shrimp, chicken, beef. So the majority of people, everybody wanted everything. I think there was one person that was dining with us. All she really wanted was vegetables and maybe like a little bit of chicken. But that was so delicious. Like, I took a picture of my rice because I love rice. I took a picture of my rice because I was like, I'm not going to remember, and I'm probably going to dive on that rice. The rice was delicious, perfectly seasoned, flavored, everything. And then he started, doing the shrimp. Looked delicious. The chicken, the beef. And when he, like, plated my protein, I didn't even get a picture. I just, like, dove on that food. It was so good. It was so good. Something else that was absolutely delicious. I forget the name, but it's one of the resorts that we dine in on the actual Grand Palladium. property. And this specific restaurant, they have the option of you getting a jerk lobster tail. And oh my goodness, as soon as I saw it, the only thing is it's not free. I think it's like $30 extra. Like they bill it to your room. But as soon as I saw it on the menu, I was like, yes, I think I'm getting that. And so I ordered that, and I think it came with like some jerk shrimp, some like mashed potatoes or something. Oh my gosh, it was. And they give you a big tail, a big lobster tail, and it was just perfection. I tore that up. It was absolutely delicious. Something else we did like they had a special on the full body massages, so took advantage of that. That was fabulous. I wish I would have. I needed like double the time, whatever it was, a 50-minute, 30-minute. I don't even remember. I was like, I could have laid there at least 2 hours. That massage was wonderful. Definitely could do that multiple times on any vacation. And then of course, dancing, karaoke, the comedy shows, all type of stuff. And then I love souvenirs. So everywhere I go, it's kind of like a conversation piece for me. Like I have to have something, and everywhere I go, every country I go, everywhere that I visit is different. So there will always be many things that stand out to me. It's never one thing. Everywhere I go, I buy like 20, 30 souvenir. There's never really a limit. I'm just like constantly buying. Like the life of a single woman. I'm like, I like it. That's coming home with me. And so maybe in the future I might do a video about kind of like how I pack like suitcases for my trips, and I may do one about like souvenirs and just like how I go about getting things and buying things when I'm kind of out, and like things that I see, like for example, when we were out at Dunn's River Falls, and actually no, when we were out at the UTV ride, at the end of the UTV ride, actually during the UTV ride, it started pouring raining. So we had only gone through half of the ride, it started pouring raining on us, and we had to ride all the way back. So we got completely drenched. I remember I went to the restroom when we came back. I wrung out. I literally was in the bathroom. I took off all of my clothes, wrung out all of my clothes, and put them back on, wet clothes. Completely drenched. So all of us soaking wet, and I bought like a towel or something. All of us soaking wet, and we still went to this, gift shop, and we just pretty much bought up the store. Bought a lot of stuff out of that store. And even there, I was just like, I see this for my sister. This is for me. I'm like soaking wet. I'm like, yeah, I could use that. I could see those, and I just love it so much. That's like traveling and seeing these one of a kind pieces and these very unique things. It's so much fun. It's like very rewarding, very relaxing for me, very soothing. But we will see where I go next. So hopefully, we might do some travel this summer, prayerfully, if not this fall, prayerfully, if not this coming winter, prayerfully, because the devil is a lie. We're not going to be one monkey. Don't stop no show. One monkey won't stop this show. I'm just saying. But that's about it. That was my part 2 of Jamaica in my Travelista Chronicles. So we will see where I go next. And thanks for watching. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace and blessings and one love.